It is baseball time on Saturday, just before noon. We are at beautiful McKinney, Texas Bulldogs Stadium. And this is McKinney North. A hop, a skip, a jump, and a little bit of about a 20-mile drive up 75 from Highland Park. Just a scrimmage today. Again, not going to keep a book, just going to have some fun. We are playing the Bulldogs. They were 10-12 last year, 5-9 in their district. They are a 5A school. Of course, Highland Park moved up to 6A this year. I'll brief you on who's who in a moment. Looks like we're going to get the game going. Bryce Lashley's going to lead things off for the Scots. Let me run quickly through the batting order. If I can get people to stop texting me. I've got it on my phone today. So, Lashkowski, Chan, and True will get things going. Then Flashnick, Stevens, Hickman, Schneider, Pryor, and Rourke. And here's the first pitch. Steve Reich, 1-0. I believe that the left-hander on the mound for the Bulldogs is Jack Garza, pitcher, first baseman, line drive to third, and that's one down. Garza last year was 6-2 with a 1.97 ERA. He was the district newcomer of the year in their district, and he's just a junior this year. Junior left-handers, you'll hear me say that a lot this year with Max Stam and Jordan Stribling on the Highland Park squad. That pitch misses up high for a ball. Garza had the very Steve Carlton-esque season last year. He won 6 games, and the Bulldogs won 10. Good-looking left-hander. Get another strike there. Working quick. We don't have the pitch clock like the major leagues are bringing in this year, but Garza gets the ball, gets a sign, kicks, and fires. That one's fouled back. Left on left here with Matty Chan on deck. Also left on left, Jack True. Still a little cool for me. I'd like it a little warmer to play my baseball in. That ball bounces in. Wind is blowing out to left center field. Saw the Bulldogs taking some batting practice. Saw a ball off a bat that didn't look like it was going to clear the wall. Clear it just in front of the flags. So something in the air to left center. That one's fouled back. Might have a chance today. Still in scrimmage mode. None of these at-bats count. Everybody wants to get their work in. Misses up high with a fastball. Don't have a gun, but I still think he's north of 80 miles an hour. Again, working quickly. Gotta like that. Misses up high and away, and that'll be ball 4. Chan works a walk. That'll bring up Jack True. True, one of the captains of the Scots. And if I appear to be in a little bit of a weird mood, it's because we were treated to some of the oldest country music you have heard. Bringing me back to my days of 1978 when I worked at a country music station in Gulfport, Mississippi. All those songs were new back then. Garza checks his runner, fires high and tight, like Matthew Bryce's haircut to True. Matthew Bryce and I, Rob Davis, will bring you this action here. Should be a fun afternoon of baseball. Garza delivers ball in the air to left. Not a lot of carry to it. Left fielder ranges under it, and now there are 2 down. And that'll bring up our number 4 batter, Carter Flashnick. Parker Stevens, the catcher, on deck. He has had a pretty hot bat during the scrimmage season. course, the bats don't count. That breaking ball misses outside. Looked like he took something off of it. Had a backwards bend to it. Got his fingers on top. Could have been the cut fastball going away. Could have been a changeup. Garza going to throw to first this time. Chan's back easily. See how aggressive the Scots get with a left-hander on the mound. Garza misses up and away. Had the pleasure of talking to his dad briefly. We were talking about the country music we were being treated to. It was, I guess it was just a shock to hear old country music at the ballpark. That hits the outside corner. Certainly not what we hear when we're at Highland Park. We were treated to the Oak Ridge Boys and Gary P. Nunn and Waylon. I didn't hear Willie, but then I didn't get here when it got started. Jerry Reed, Merle Haggard. I met one of Merle Haggard's backup singers once. There's a breaking ball for a strike. Good-looking pitch. Flashneck thought it was going to stay outside. Little hitch in his giddy up for the swing. Pulled the bat back, and a ball broke over the plate. Chan, a decent lead. They'll get the throw over this time. See, that right foot was out beyond the cutout on the infield. The cutout on this field is a little bit closer than the cutout on the Highland Park Scotland Yard field. So a little bit of a different gauge here for the runners. Garza gets a check swing, misses up high with that one. And the check swing is going to be called strike three. Hey, it's preseason for the umpires, too. They got to get theirs in. Didn't look like a full swing, but that's the call, and that's the out. And we'll go to the bottom of the first, scoreless in McKinney. Well, these scrimmages are going 2.5, 3 hours. The games don't go that long. Yeah, around 2 hours. Some of them wrap up in less than 90.
Right.
Well, and if there's not a lot of pitching changes and the bats are banging the ball, it could be over in 4 innings. Yeah. I had that a couple of times last year.
Yeah, a lot of strikes thrown. That helps. I told him I'd love to do it. Because I love baseball, too. I played it. Right fielder and center fielder. I want to go to stupid.
So you weren't going to Duke or Stanford?
No, not at all.
Well, I went to junior college and in Southern Miss. I was real good at the stuff in major in college. For other stuff, algebra. Going to the bottom of the first, let me set the Scott defense for you. Max Stammel on the mound. Parker Stevens behind home plate. A.C. Hickman oh, wait, that's the third inning. Got it on my phone, moved over a little. So Stevens is behind the plate. Hickman at first. Lashkowski is at second. Pryor at third. Schneider at short. Channon left. Rourke center. Jack True in right. First pitch is fouled back. Stammel, of course, the left-handed junior. Didn't do a lot of starts last year. A couple in the preseason, then was in the bullpen for a lot of the year. Mixes up his pitches, a little north of 80 on his fastball. Ground ball to short. Schneider. Quick transfer and delivers to first, and one up, one down. The Bulldogs will compete this year on 13-5A. It's a new district for them. They're the only McKinney school left in 5A. Mac's first pitch misses up and away. Jim Gatewood has been coaching for 24 years and has 388 career wins. That ball's fouled back. His assistants are Craig Johnson, Michael Cowart, Ty McKinney, Ed McMillan, and Joey Hector. They were 10-12 last year, 5-9 in district. Along with Garza, their returning starters are Gavin Constantine, Chris Cantu, Con Hitchcock, Brady Welsh. There's a strike. And Cameron Ryder. That's according to TexasBaseball.com. If you're looking for any information on some baseball teams, that ball's fouled out of play. That's where I go. And they give me all this great information like this. So in district with the Bulldogs this year, the Princeton Panthers, the Melissa Cardinals, the Sherman Bearcats, the Lucas Lovejoy Leopards. That one misses high and tight. The Greenville Lions and the Denison Yellow Jackets. We have played some of those teams. I remember a trip out to Greenville last year. I think that was the only dirt field we played on all year, except for the field in McKinney that's part turf and part dirt. Weekly hit ground ball. Pryor comes over, makes the play. 2 up, 2 down for Stammel. What you'll see from Max is he'll pitch to contact, and generally it is weak contact. The ball moves a lot. Not going to blow a lot of guys away, but he will surprise you at times. And I do believe this is the kid I saw hit one out in front of the flagpole in left field in batting practice. Max kicks and fires. Good cut, but got way around way too fast. And you don't see a whole lot of right-handed batters hit foul balls over there. But there's one. No names or numbers or slogans on the back of these jerseys. Or shirts, I guess, T-shirts. Next pitch, taken on the outside corner for a strike. Looks like Garza's on deck. Stammel trying to make it a 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the first. Breaking ball misses way outside. Didn't get the batter to go fishing at the 0-2. Swing and fouled straight back. Had that one timed. Probably see an off-speed pitch here next coming from Stammel. And a different location. Stammel shakes off a couple of signs. Kicks and delivers. Misses down and in with a fastball. And we're full on the count. Swing and a miss. Took something off of it, left it outside. Bat couldn't reach it. And Parker makes the throw down to first. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the second inning. Scoreless, but it's a scrimmage. The score doesn't matter on Game On Sports.
Nah,
I'm just getting loose, man.
could have fooled me. I think you're ready.
Well, what I won't get all year is a really good look at home plate where I can actually see the ball move and be able to pick out the pitches. So it's kind of fun to watch that.
Right.
And when
You
they,
ain't tweaking in the press box.
no, not in baseball.
Oh, you not?
No.
Oh, you sitting down here? Bleachers?
No, I'm in the press box at Highland Park. On the road, it's hit and miss. You
Right.
never know. But no, I'm talking about the view
Right.
of the pitches. Since I used to teach kids how to pitch, I'm not going to critique. I'll just comment on the different ways they pitch. Like this guy's got a wind up. We also saw him from the stretch, but he's got nobody throws a classic wind up. But see, his first step will go just slightly sideways, and then he builds everything from the leg kick instead of. Remember Roger Clemens would step straight back like 3.5 feet and then
Right.
bring his foot way up. He started building on the step. It's just a different way to build on it. And then a lot of guys today will just go straight from the stretch.
But Dale Nomo will turn his back
Oh yeah,
toward home plate.
yeah. There's all kind of tricks and tomfoolery going on with pitchers. To the second inning we go. Parker Stevens will lead off. Stevens has had a couple of very, I guess, timely hits. 2 hits, 2 RBIs in the game a couple of nights ago. Swing and a miss at that first pitch. Had a big 2-run hit in the scrimmage a little over a week ago. So he's hitting 5th in the lineup. That ball misses down and away. A.C. Hickman on deck, Charlie Schneider and Jake Pryor to follow. Adam Rourke will be the number 9 hitter if we get that far. Garza from the windup. Good looking pitch. I said must have missed down low because it looked strikeable from here. 2 balls and a strike. Umpires give him more hand signs in an inning and 3 pitches than what we saw all night Tuesday. Two and two now after that foul back. The end of the scrimmage season, the pitches and the at-bats and the runs scored all start to count next Saturday as Parker swings and misses at a high and away fastball. It brings up A.C. Hickman. Another left-on-left battle. Breaking ball, strike. Had the slider look to it. Not a big curve. Sharper break. That had the curveball look to it, but it didn't break. And Hickman takes it off his helmet. Not too solid of a connection as it glanced off and went towards the third base side. Those more solid connections bounce right back to the pitcher. Those are the kind you hate to see, especially off the headgear. That brings up Charlie Schneider, playing shortstop today. Pitch misses up high. He's played all over the left side of the infield here during the scrimmage season. We'll probably anticipate him doing that as well during the season. He and the guy on deck have been trading shortstop and third base pretty regular. Garza curveball in for a strike. Took a little something off of that one. Made it look more curve-like. Not too big a lead at first from Hickman, but they'll throw over anyway. Must be another game going on where they need to call in the bullpen. I hear the fire trucks. Swing and a miss of the fastball. One on, one out, and 2 strikes to our batter. Swing and a miss, 2 down. That'll bring up Jake Pryor. Adam Rourke on deck. Infield not quite as close to the bag. Don't need the double play anymore, just a force now. Swing and a liner into center, makes it. Squeaks through past the shortstop for the hit. And Pryor's on first with Hickman on second and 2 down. That brings up Adam Rourke. Rourke, the future Stanford Cardinal football player. Manning center field this year for the Scots. Middle infield still cheating a little towards second, trying to hold the runner on. Garza kicks and fires, swing and a miss from Rourke. That ball gets away from the catcher, and he's just got to eat it, and each runner will advance. Ducks on the pond with 2 outs. In the big leagues, this is where you see if your hitter's got the bread or the butter or both. 2 on, 2 out. Sharply hit ball would bring into the outfield is rather shallow, and the center fielder is shaded towards right for Rourke. Left fielder's about 80 feet off the line. That ball's fouled straight back. A line drive and a gap right now would be a certain triple for Rourke. Breaking ball up and away. Garza's taking his time now with runners on. Going through a new set of signals with a runner at second. Kicks and delivers. Ball in the air down the line and left. See if it stays fair. Going to fall just a little bit foul. But foul is foul. Don't know the dimensions of the ballpark, but they're painting the foul poles onto the fence today. They were doing that prior to the game, and you see the guy down the left field line painting. That ball misses up and away. He's painting the foul pole on the fence as we speak. He's already finished the right field line. So I guess his day's almost over. Garza with runners at second and third, 2 outs and 2 strikes on Rourke. Gets the pitch on the inside corner, Adam thought he had a walk. Umpire says no, sir. And we go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless in the scrimmage at McKinney North. No score between the Scots and the Bulldogs. This is Game On Sports. Yeah, Garza, pretty hot little pitcher. Just a junior.
Definitely continue to keep up with his progress. Still early, but I like what I see.
Yeah. Wasn't counting on the wind coming up from back here. Freeze my butt before the day's over. I guess I need to start bringing my stadium chair just in case. Did you already go? Still plenty of good seats available at the Bulldog Ballpark. See, some of the faithful have made the trip on a Saturday. Bulldog concession stand is open. I'm sure they have hot Bulldogs over there, made with real Bulldogs, so you know it's good. Max Stammel back out on the mound as we go to the bottom of the second. No defensive changes that I'm aware of. First pitch, a breaking ball. Going to catch the outside corner. I believe this is Garza. Junior left-hander, completed 2 innings on the mound, hitting fourth. Swings and misses. Stammel took something off of that one, dropped it in front of the plate. Garza's in the hole, 0-2. Stammel couldn't get him fishing. You see a lot of that. No reason to throw a good pitch 0-2 if the batter will just go out there and swing at it because he's trying to protect the plate. Sometimes they do the same thing 1-2. Might go up in the zone. Breaking ball, nice pitch from Max. Froze Garza. And there's a strikeout, 1 up, 1 down. Good pitch from Max. Starts off Brady. I only know that because I hear somebody yelling his name as he steps in. Probably his first name. Max working fast. Another good pitch. 0-2. Supposed to be in the mid-50s later today, but the wind will make it feel like it's still in the low 40s. And Stammel's out there pitching with no sleeves, just a T-shirt. These young kids. That ball misses down low. Matthew was saying they also wear hoodies in the summer, which, yes, they do. Weird. Ground ball right at Hickman. He fields it, steps on the bag. Took a little lefty-righty walk on the carpet to Hickman, but it stuck in his mitt. 2 up, 2 down. Like I said, Max pitches to contact a lot and not a lot of good contact. Good movement on the ball, if not overpowering. There's a breaking ball. That's the difference setter there. He throws the breaking ball in the strike zone and throws it at times when they're not looking for it. There's a fastball, same spot, different pace. And now he's got the batter 0-2. Working quick. Fouled back. Went up in the zone that time. Like I was telling Matthew, I won't get this vantage point every game this year where I'm 80 feet behind home plate, almost directly behind home plate. Get to see a whole lot of what the pitchers are doing. Max, stutter stepping now, begins his kick and fire, gets the swing and the miss. Parker on the tag. 3 up, 3 down. Good outing from Max. And we go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless on Game On Sports. Going to the top of the third. Why did I say bottom of the second? We just ended the bottom of the second. I needed more coffee. Didn't know it. Bryce Lashkowski will lead it off for the Scots. Hey, if any of the players have something going on, if their moms or dads have something going on, let me know. Love to mention it during the webcast of the game. Advertising's a little different. I'm really expensive, and Fred would want you to pay for advertising. Ball misses up and away. Garza back out for his third inning. And again, I'm only going to know his name unless somebody else tells me all the other kids on the Bulldogs. Pitch is down, 2-0 to Lashkowski, his second time around. I only know this pitcher's name because his dad is sitting about 15 feet to my left, and we had a brief conversation about him before the game, and that's going to miss. 3-0. Four quick balls, and there's a runner on, nobody out. To get something simmering on the stove. Maddie Chan steps in now. Chan penciled in to be your left fielder this year for the Scots. Garza checks his runner and delivers 5 in a row outside the strike zone. Swinging a well-hit ball into right. It's going to get all the way to the wall. That's extra bases for Chan, and it's going to score Lashkowski, I say, as the throw comes home, but an RBI double off the right field wall. That'll bring up Jack True. True, Parker Stevens, and Jake Pryor are your team captains this year. True headed to the University of Texas next year. Going to study business, so his parents tell me. Long look at the signs from Coach Yoder. Now True steps in. Shortstop right behind Chan. First pitch is a strike. All right, so it's 1-0 Scots. I'm not keeping a book. Don't let me forget the score, Matthew. Not that it matters today. Next week I'll have a brand new book and start keeping the book. True shows bunt, delivers bunt, and it stays foul. Can't do those dirty little tricks down the baselines for the bunts anymore. You can't put a groove on the chalk or on some of the grass to kind of direct where those bunts go. This turf is just going to beat the turf, same level all the way around. Chan not much of a lead. Garza kicks and delivers. True swings and misses, and that'll be one down. That brings up Carter Flashnick. Coach Yoder going through the signs. Even if there's nothing going on, you got to go through signs just so when there is something going on, it doesn't look too awkward. Garza checks the runner, kicks and delivers, swing and a miss. Flashnick's bottom hand came off the bat on that swing. That looked a little awkward. Hope he's okay. Swing and a foul back. So Major League Baseball is going to have a pitch count, or a clock this year. They always have a pitch count. We're going to have a pitch clock. 20 seconds with no runners on base, 30 seconds with a runner on base. What if the batter's taking his time in the batter's box? Runner goes, Garza kicks, and now he's got Chan hung up between second and third. And the Bulldogs do a good job of the rundown. 2 tosses, and they catch Chan in between the bags, and that'll be 2 down. Got to work on that base running, got to work on that rundown play. That's what these scrimmages are all about, getting your work in. Now 2 down, Flashnick looks to get things started again for the Scots. Pitch misses away. Looks like a cut fastball, breaking away from the left-handed or the right-handed batter in the left-handed batter's box. And that one misses down. You can tell Garza wanted that pitch. His right hip started to go towards the third base box, but then the rest of him pulled it back. Up and in. See if the umpire gives us a count. Tracy Dose, full count. Swing and a foul back. Not in danger of hitting a car. There's no place close to park. Going to take about a 480-foot drive to right center field to hit one of the cars out there. Swinging a hopper to third, and it gets past third and past short into left field. Overran the hop. Tried to square his body up on it when it came up off the turf. It went to his right and into left field, and the shortstop also didn't have a play on it. And that brings up Parker Stevens. Saw his dad earlier. Got a funny feeling Greg is going to always be at the ballpark. As a coach, you got to love dads like that. Ball in the air, pretty well hit to left. Left fielder going back with the wind. It's gone! Remember earlier when I was telling you how Parker had a hot bat? Three nothing now in favor of the Scots, but the score doesn't matter. It's just a scrimmage. Everybody get their work in. Nobody gets hurt. No harm, no foul. Garza working quickly to A.C. Hickman. First pitch is a strike. The outfield hasn't had any respect for any batter yet. But Parker didn't need to worry about an outfielder on that fly ball. And the wind is blowing in that direction, so both teams are likely to have another ball fly out of here later today. That was a good-looking pitch. I don't know where it missed. From my vantage point, looked like a strike, but 1-1 now to AC. Takes that one up high. Hickman wore one of those breaking balls earlier in the game. Popped off his headgear. Nothing to it. Misses way outside with that one. And that's ball 4, but that's all Garza is going to do today. He gets his 3 innings of work in. Like I said, it's just a scrimmage. None of this matters. Even though it's now 3-0, the score doesn't matter. We go to the bottom of the third, getting the inning right this time. This is Game On Sports. Yeah. Bottom of the third, Max Stamel getting stretched out, his 3rd inning today. Still no sleeves. Hope he's got a warm jacket for the dugout. Haven't seen Jordan Stribling yet this year. He's still dunking with the basketball team. Something tells me he's throwing on the side when he gets a chance. Swing and a miss. Good first pitch from Max. Little stutter step before he begins his windup. Kicks and delivers a swing and strike this time. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Stamel working fast. Gotta love that. 1 out, bottom of the third. Swing and a foul back. Heads up over there. We're at the far north end of the school complex. The softball field is to the left field side. Strike on the outside corner. The football field is back behind us and a little bit towards the right field side. Tennis courts and the gymnasium off to our right. Ball in the air, gonna be fielded by Lashkowski. He drew a bead on it. That ball didn't take off. I thought once it went in the air, it was going to go a little deeper to right, but Bryce was able to run it down over A.C. Hickman's head just off the infield cutout, if you can call it that. Quickly 2 up and 2 down. And I believe this completes one time through the batting order for Max. Curveball misses up. Swing and a foul back. I believe it's 2 balls and a strike to the batter. So I have the Scott schedule printed, but it's sitting on my printer at home. I was going to talk about the upcoming tournament next week. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Just note that there's 5 games in 3 days next week. We've got 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, and a single affair on Saturday. Stamwell working fast. Breaking ball tapped just past the mound. Schneider up and throwing, not in time. And there's a base runner for the Bulldogs. Weekly hit ground ball got past Max. Schneider able to field it, but couldn't get the throw in time. Good speed from the Bulldog runner. And with 2 outs, Max has to deal with the runner at first. A little bit more of a lead than what we have seen from some of the other guys. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch is a lot of times the action pitch, so we'll see if the runner gets his sign to take off. 2 outs, so we shouldn't see the bunt. I did a softball game for UTA last weekend, and they were bunting with 2 strikes. It was the oddest looking thing. But they were bunting for hits. It didn't work, though, but they were trying. After a throw over, the runner's got a measure on Max. Max steps off. Maybe a quarter step more of a lead than what he had. He goes. There's the pitch. There's the throw down. That's a stolen base. That's traditional baseball for you there, the steal on the second pitch. And now with the runner on second, they've got to change up the signs a little bit. That's what Parker and Max are going to go over. Getting some talk about the strike zone in front of me. They haven't seen that umpire we had the other night who had a very wide outside strike zone on right-handed batters. Swing and a ball just foul down the right field line. If it landed fair, Hickman had a chance at it, but it was probably 1.5 to 2 feet foul. Swing and a foul back. Quickly 0-2 on the batter. Umpire says he needs baseballs. Max now has 2. Found one he likes. Trying to keep the runner honest at second. See Leshkowski well over at the second base position. Batter calls time. Nope, Parker calls time. Max will keep the runner back at second again. Wind has slightly changed, blowing directly out to left now. Was more to left center earlier. Now it looks like it's blowing towards the foul pole. Ball down the line and right. They're gonna call it foul. I say that because it looked like it was right on the line to me. All the Scott said foul, and so did the umpire. That's the one that counts. Right or wrong, whatever he calls, that's what we go with. Max looking to settle down and end his third inning here. Batter chokes up a little bit and takes one up high. Are we 2-2 or 3-2? We're 1-2. Okay, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, a little disagreement on the location of that pitch. So we're going to call it now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infielders, outfielders, pitcher, catcher we're heading to the dugout, but the umpire says it's ball 2. Stamel now with the 2-2. Runner at second. Ball in the air, should be playable for Pryor and Schneider, and it lands on the turf. Just be a foul ball. A little bit of wind took a little further down the line than Pryor or Schneider could get to. I see people smarter than me brought blankets today. Greg Stevens agrees. Didn't expect this wind coming up from the back. Ground ball towards Pryor at third. He bounces our throw over to first. That'll be another infield hit for the Bulldogs. Fought one off and dribbled it towards short. Pryor cut it off, but his throws almost looked like he tried to pull the throw back just as he was letting it go, and it took about a 30-foot bounce over to first. So runners at the corners now with 2 down. Missed inside. This is the number 3 batter, and Garza is on deck. Max steps off. Lazy throw to first and gives him a run as it gets over Hickman's head. And the runner from first will also assume second base. And here comes Coach Yoder. You see the meeting on the mound. It could be talking defense. It could be just trying to settle Max down. They're not talking about Jose's glove needing a live rooster. That's just in Bull Durham. But candlesticks do make a nice wedding gift, and they don't need to get 2. So Stevens and Pryor hang around a little longer to talk to Max as Coach Yoder makes his way off. Coach Yoder, I believe this is his 16th year. Bobby Leidner, Austin Honeycutt, Will Corbett, Jacob McMurtry, his assistant coaches. Coach Leidner's here. The other guys are with the JV teams as they scrimmage, swinging a foul at the plate. JV Blue and JV Gold, I believe they're back at Scotland Yard today. Again, a great program here for Highland Park. 2 JV teams and the varsity. A lot of guys getting a chance to play high school baseball. And we saw where the JV teams helped out the varsity last year with some call-ups, middle to the end of last year. Good pitch from Max. Shortstop Charlie Schneider was one of those call-ups. Stamel forgets the runner, just delivers the pitch, and it's fouled back. When I was in high school, I think there were 15 varsity jerseys and 12 junior varsity jerseys, and there just had to be a body to fit the jersey. And if one of those guys got hurt, well, his jersey didn't get refilled. Stamel delivers again, fouled back. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the third inning. But the Bulldogs do push across a run after a pair of hits. We played 3 innings of this scrimmage. It's 3-1 in favor of the Scots on Game On Sports. Yeah. Battle. But see, there's still, nobody hits Max hard. Oh, no. I was just mentioning that.
Okay, because I'm not
people
using
smarter than
yeah,
me.
but I'm not using it. You're welcome to have it.
No, you need a blanket, Matthew?
You like a blanket?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Really do appreciate the thought. Just keep fouling them off. Especially with 2 strikes. Juan Gonzalez used to hit a lot of home runs, but man, you could throw him a slider outside and he would swing at it every time.
You know, Gonzalez is different. Gonzalez is also a complete hitter. Like a complete hitter.
Yeah.
He just happened to be a hitter, a complete hitter who hit with power at times. Him and Manny Ramirez, they would play with your emotions. And Manny was the best 2-strike hitter. You think you got it where you want him. It's normally the other way around.
He's just playing with you.
Yeah, Manny would embarrass you.
New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs as we go to the 4th. Charlie Schneider followed by Jake Pryor. For the Scots, this pitcher will work from the stretch, not the windup. High kick and delivers a strike. I guess it was the 90s when you started seeing that, when relief pitchers would come in instead of throwing from a windup, they just go straight from the stretch, just like they always pitch with runners on. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. No pitch clock, but I like the way these kids just grab and go. They're ready to get that next pitch delivered as long as there's a batter in the box. Charlie didn't go fishing at that one. Breaking ball. Took something off of it, too, and it's swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll bring up Captain Jake Pryor, manning third base today. Adam Rourke moves into the on-deck circle. Ball pretty well hit to left, driving the left fielder back. He draws a bead, and before he gets to the warning track, it sticks in his glove, and quickly 2 up, 2 down. Anything with a little giddy up on it and backspin hit to left is probably going to fly out of here. Rourke steps in now. Takes a good looking pitch for a strike. That pitch misses down low. Swinging a ground ball at the third baseman, bobbles it, catches it off his chest, and makes a really nice throw across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down, go the Scots. Going to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Scots in the scrimmage at McKinney North on Game On Sports. I'll turn the sound off on my phone. Oh, is this you? Okay. Okay. Yep. Going to the fourth inning, Sam Webster comes out to the mound, the Navarro Junior College commit. Going to get a couple innings in. Maybe 3. Good fastball from Sam. Hits it into the 90s at times. It's a little cold. I don't know if you can get loose enough to get the maximum out of your fastball today. Kicks and fires, going to miss down and away. Our maintenance guy is still working on the foul poles, this time in right field. It's awkward seeing him on the field during play. That pitch misses down, 2-0. Swinging a line drive over the third baseman's head and into left field. So Stevens still behind the plate. Judge Ellis now at first. Well, no, that's next inning. Okay. A.C. Hickman still over there. Lashkowski at second. Pryor at third. Schneider short. Chan, Rourke, and True still in the outfield. I'm getting ahead of myself. Next inning, there'll be a few defensive changes. But Sam Webster is the man on the mound right now. No outs and a man on. Throw over to first. Breaking ball from Sam. They're going to say it caught the corner. Stevens reached well outside his body frame to make that catch. Getting some flack as the umpire from the people behind the plate up here. Like I said, we get a really good vantage point of the pitches. Throw over to first. The umpire back on Tuesday had a really wide strike zone for right-handed batters. It was wide on the outside corner. Some of the pitchers pitched to it. There's another breaking ball inside corner this time. Webster stares in, gets a sign, checks his runner, and he'll go over to first. With a pair of right-handers on the mound now, we get base runners more likely to see them run. Although you did see a Bulldog steal one on Max. A decent but not good lead at first. Breaking ball bounces. Stevens able to corral it and keep the runner at first. When you talk about base runners, some guys, they get over there and they look like they're running all the time. This runner at first looks like he's settled in to let something happen. Hands on his knees. He's not in a running posture. That pitch misses down. And we've got an even count at 2. Sam's next pitch on the ground, and it gets past Pryor into left field. So a pair of hits to get things started for the Bulldogs. And we'll get the special pinch runner at first. Okay, Coach Yoder called some defense, so we'll see what, if anything special goes on defensive-wise here. 2 on, nobody out for the Bulldogs. I say confidently as I'm not keeping a book. Sam steps off, wants to go through the signs. Signs are a little different, pitcher to catcher with a runner on second. Sign stealing goes on. Batter shows bunt, delivers bunt right back to Sam. He'll have to go to first, and he overthrows the bag. Here's the throw from Jack True, but it's not in time, and there's a run across the board. 3-2. Got to say the 2 runs scored by the Bulldogs have been gifts. One scored on an overthrow at first from Stammel on a pickoff move, and this one on a bunt. A lot of bunts like that turn into double plays when they go right back to the pitcher. This time it turns into a throwing error and a run scored. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Another bunt shown. Ball at his feet. Parker's going to throw to second. Schneider able to corral the ball. Runner went back to third, so now runners are second and third. Ducks on the pond. And quickly, here comes Coach Yoder to talk to his infielders and his pitcher. Sam had an outing almost like this on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or was it the game last Saturday? I can't remember. I'm not keeping a book, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, keep up with the Scots all year. Scots Baseball is on Twitter. Scots Illustrated is on the internet. I get a lot of my info from there. And you can keep up with what Game On Sports is doing at GameOnSportsNetwork.com on Twitter and Facebook. Do we have an Instagram? I think there's an Instagram page too. I'll talk to Mallory. Mallory was going to call me and we were going to talk about social media for the baseball team. We'll get around to it. Season starts in earnest next week. That pitch misses down from Webster. Scots made the playoffs last year, but lost to a hot pitching team out in Cleburne. Batter shows bunt, ball bounces at the plate. They got a runner hung up at third, and they work the run down to perfection. One toss. That's the way you're supposed to do that. Schneider covering at third gets the out, and then they look the runner back to second. Good job from Parker. Blocking the ball, gathering himself and the ball, and running the runner back to third where his throw gets to Schneider and gets the out. Three balls and no strikes on the batter. There seemed to be some concern over what the actual count was. Now we're here. Sam will look the runner back to second. It's preseason for the umpires too. And that's going to miss. That'll be ball four. That sets up your double play and your infield fly rule. 1 out, 2 on. Is it 3-2 or 3-3? 3-3. 3-2. Okay. Not that it matters because it's just a scrimmage, but yeah. Yeah. So the kids are keeping track, looking for bunt, and no, the throw back to second. That's going to work one day. That is going to work. I think it worked one time last year. It's a great play if the runner at second is inexperienced and takes that little extra step to watch what's going on at the plate, and then he is caught as a dead duck. It didn't work that time, but hey, they got to work on that play. Anytime you can get a cheap and easy out on the bases, that's good for the team that pulls it off, bad for the team that gives up the runner. That curveball misses outside. Good pitch, but it's going to be a ball this time. 2 on, 1 out. Webster fastball misses inside that time. Squeezing that orange juice out there. That's a strike. All right, now there's a measurement at home plate. So ball on the ground, weakly hit to short. Schneider will have to make the play to first. The bounce, and we got a runner coming home. Play at the plate. Parker had home plate blocked. He was not going to get there. That'll be an easy out at the plate. And so runners are now first and third, 2 outs on the bases. See if Sam can get a batter out here. So they didn't get the out at first, but they got the out at the plate on that. We'll see if the runner takes off. Really big lead at first. That's a running posture, completely different from what we saw earlier. That's way outside. Parker gets another out on the bases with a throw down to first. So Webster gets credit for an inning pitch with 3 outs on the bases. We've completed 4. I think it's 3-2. This is Game On Sports. Well, that one guy had his hands on his knees and was not getting a good lead, and then that other guy, hands off, he's on his toes. That was a running posture.
He's ready to go.
Yeah. He didn't get the signal from the coach, but he was ready no matter what. Bryce Lashkowski leading off for the Scots. I think this is the 5th inning. Like I said, not keeping a book. Matty Chan on deck. Matthew Bryce tells me that we are indeed in the 5th. Matthew's the cameraman. I'm Rob Davis. I'm your announcer. This is Game On Sports production of a ground ball to third. Lashkowski on his horse, but a good play from the third baseman. 1 up, 1 down, 1 pitch. This is Game On Sports production of the scrimmage. The Highland Park Scots on the road today at the McKinney North Bulldogs. Bulldog Park here. If you pull up the map on Google Maps, turn on the satellite view. That pitch to Matty Chan is a strike. You'll see the Bulldog logo in the outfield. Looks pretty cool on the satellite view. That's what that paint is in center field. There's an extra guy in your shot walking around out there. He's been working on the paint on the foul poles. Kind of like a Major League spring training game where you see the pitchers getting their sprints in the outfield late in the innings. 3 quick pitches to Matty Chan, and there's 4 pitches, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th, that'll bring up Jack True. True, a 300 hitter last year. Hit first and second a lot at the end of last year, hitting in the 3-hole right now for the Scots. Ball in the air towards the left field line, and a nice play by the left fielder. That was a 5-pitch inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 3-2 Scots on Game On Sports. That's the plan. Just going to, when it's just a game, they only go 7.
Right.
Unless it's like 15-1 or something like that, then 4.
Oh, it's 4 now?
Can end in 4.
It's 4 now?
Well, wait a minute. I did a lot of softball last year. Softball's different.
Okay.
It should be 5. I think it's 15 after 5, 10 after 6, something like that.
I was on the unfortunate end of a lot of games at the end of the 5 run when I played. We went to the Western Hills. It was high school in the state in 96. So that's when they were hot. Them in Western Hills and Southwest. And
Was Duncanville in that group too?
we wasn't in the district with them. But
Okay.
Duncanville was good back then.
Yeah, they were. They won a state title back then too.
They won it spring of '99.
Yeah, and who was that guy son of a major leaguer who also went to the
Mike
major
Bassett.
league? Well, Bassett, yeah, but there was another shot too. Yeah. Oh, I'll get to that later. Sam Webster on the mound for his second inning was the recipient of 3 outs on the bases last inning. A little bit of aggressiveness from the Bulldogs. Like I said, it's preseason. Everybody's working on everything. And we have some defensive changes. See if I can recognize some faces. Judge Ellis is at first. That could be the only change. I think it is. No, that's not Rourke in center, or is it? That pitch misses down. Yeah, that's out. That's Rourke in center. I guess he was batting with with some extra sleeves. He's taking them off now. Base hit back through the box. They call it a circle in softball. That's the pitcher's box, even though there's no actual box out there. On the mound, you see some pitchers get really, I guess, I don't know exactly what to call it. They claim ownership of that mound. They don't want you on their mound. Coach can claim it. Nobody out, runner on first. Batter shows bunt. Ball skips into Stevens. Skips past Stevens and catches the umpire. And I think it hit him in the throat. He's holding his neck. These guys wear tons of protective gear. Back when I was an umpire, we had the foam chest protector that we would have to hold in front of us. So you'd wear a whole lot of extra stuff on your legs. I umpired in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. In the 70s, I helped put myself through college umpiring. The greatest job a college guy can have is umpiring intramural girls softball in college. If I have to explain that, then you didn't hear everything I said. So nobody out, runner on first. Everybody's settling back in. Hope the umpire's okay. Webster throws a curveball. Batter showed bunt. Ducks away from the curveball. Left the bat out there, but I don't think we're going to get a strike call. Or did we? Webster checks his runner. Decent lead. Batter shows bunt again. Throw back to first. Parker got a guy last inning. Haven't seen the Scots roll over a double play yet in the preseason. We saw him get a line drive double play. Let's see what the middle infield has. Throw over to first. You know, they work on it every day. Throw over to first again. That is not Jake Pryor at third. We did have another change. Is that Caden Liner? That could be Caden Liner. He is way in at third, expecting bunt. He gets a bunt. It's in the air. Will he get play? No, it falls down on the warning track. That is Caden Liner at third. Two strikes on the batter. As a coach, what you hate to see is you call a bunt and see a ball in the air. That got lucky that one found the ground before it found leather. But that definitely had an easy out look to it. It just put it in the right spot to get it away from the charging liner. Now with two strikes, the batter's going to have to handle the bat in a more traditional way. Middle infield still looking for a double play. Just a step or two in. Line drive down the right field line. Kind of a half swing, not a full swing. More hands than body movement. Get into a rhythm when you hit. It starts with the hips, little bit of a shift of weight. The hands come through directly at the ball. And when you time it just right and you hit it on the right part of the bat, you can't even feel it hit the bat. I did that maybe twice in 20 plus years of playing. Webster leaves his runner alone, delivers a pitch. No! He hopped over it. I don't know if he needed to hop, but he got over it. Now we're full. 3-2. Kicks and delivers. Ball is fouled again off the umpire. The home plate umpire is catching a lot of grief. He actually called the batter out. The field umpire corrected him, saying it's a foul ball. One ball in the throat's all it does. All it took to give him a bad day. Three balls and two strikes as we resume play. Webster checks his runner into the stretch. Runner goes, ball four. Didn't get him to go swinging at the breaking ball on the outside. Looked like a slider. So double play and infield fly rule in effect. And something cooking in the kitchen for the Bulldogs. Liner's even with the bag at third. Ellis and Liner now charged. Batter shows bunt, fouls it back. So in that case, they were the two sides charging. They were giving up second base because there's already a runner on second, but they were going to try to either get the runner at third or just have to go back to first. If it had gone to the first baseman, he was probably throwing to third. There's a pickoff play at second, the timing play, and I missed that one. Different bunt defenses. You see the wheel play where the first baseman charges and everybody else just goes to a bag. But with two runners on, that time the Scots chose to have two guys charge. We'll see if things change here. Ellis and Liner again start off even with the bag. Webster staring a long time in to get his sign. No bunt shown this time. Pitch misses up high. Same defense shown. There's a bunt attempt. He went for it. Going to get the strike call. Ball was way outside. Difference of opinion from my right and my left. Left-hand side says they pulled the bat back. Right-hand side says he went. Umpire said he went. The umpire in the field agrees with him. And now we're going to talk about the basic rules of baseball. It's not necessarily a heated argument. It's preseason. Everybody's got to figure it out. There seems to be a question as to whether or not the batter made an attempt to strike the ball. That's the thing in question. If he made an attempt, even if it was a half-hearted attempt, even if he was nowhere near the ball, if they feel as if he went after the ball to make a bunt, it's a strike. But if he pulled it back or just held the bat still, it's not an attempt to bunt. It would be a ball. So, back when I umpired in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we tried not to have these discussions. There are umpires who will throw you out of a game if you argue a ball or a strike, no matter what. Those are mostly older guys like me. We don't even want to talk about me refereeing a basketball game. My whistle would slow the game down. So now here we go. Webster delivers a fastball. There's a swinging strike, and that'll be an out. And we've been playing so long, and I don't have a book. Is that one out or two? I think it's just one. So that means double play and infield fly rule are still in effect. Webster bounces one into the plate. Coach Yoder changing his defense. Now Parker settles in behind the plate. First and third even with the bag. They don't charge. There's a pitch. Webster will move a runner back to second. Next pitch swung on in the air, going to go foul and out of play. On top of the dugout, or was that on top of the storage facility over there? That could be a batting facility, I guess. That's what it is down the left field line with the big N on it for North Bulldogs. Pretty little ballpark. Webster checks his runner and delivers. Strike on the outside corner. That had the slider look to it. So we know there's 2 strikes on the batter. And we think there's 1 out. Middle infield, toying with the runner at second. Throw to first. Sam kicks and delivers. Going to miss outside with that slider. 3-2. We'll see if the runners go. And that'll miss inside, ball 4, and that loads the bases. And that brings up the number 3 batter for the Bulldogs. Like I said earlier, I think he's the guy who hit the ball close to the flagpole in batting practice that I saw. Flagpole out there next to the scoreboard on left center field. Also where Parker Stevens' ball went out there, a little to the left of that. Webster kicks and fires with the bases loaded. Going to miss down low and outside with that one. Scots would love to see Sam settle in and kick and fire some strikes here. Set some Bulldogs down. Swing and a foul back. Caden Liner backs up a little bit at third. Sam's pitch in the air. I don't think it's going to stay in play. And it hits on the walking concourse next to the dugout. So 2 strikes on this batter. We'll see what Sam has for him. Webster kicks and fires another foul back. Got a glove, Matthew? Luckily, we don't need it. The weatherman said it's going to get into the mid-50s today. Once again, I think he lied to us. Maybe your weatherman told you it was going to continue to be cold. Webster, breaking ball. Oh, where did that miss? That looked like it was close to the upper edge of the zone. With 2 strikes, that's the knee buckler that you really want. Sam kicks and delivers another breaking ball. This one's fouled back. I think all the baseballs are back over here to our right next to the concession stand. They've got hot bulldogs and nachos. Sam's next delivery in the air to center. Rourke is going to have to go back. That's going to be deep enough to score 1 run and tie the score, and another runner will move up to third. The runner on first holds his ground. So 2 outs, tie ball game, and that brings up Garza. Only know that because I recognize him from him pitching. He got a little info from previous batter as he stepped into the batter's box. 2 on and 2 out. Runners at the corners. We'll see if the runner at first takes off. He does not. He holds. Fastball outside. Again, I think it's a little too cool for the pitchers to ramp it up to their top end. Throw over to first. Pace of the game has slowed down considerably here. You see the game within the game. The defensive changes. That ball misses outside. The runners, the showing bunt and the bunting of the ball. All the little stuff that the people who don't like baseball don't really know to be looking for. Garza kicks and fires. Must have missed down low with that one. Caught a lot of the plate. 3 balls, no strikes to Garza. Maybe he's just being careful with number 4 batter of the Bulldogs. Outfield is not very deep. And that'll be ball 4. That loads the bases again. And Garza will get the special pinch runner. He's done pitching. I guess they're just going to let him relax. He's definitely bigger than most of the other kids on the Bulldogs. There's a guy taller than him, but that pitch misses outside. Garza just seems to have filled out a little faster than some of the other guys. He was 6-2 last year with a 1.97 ERA. And he's left-handed. Nothing but potential written all over that kid. Bottom of the 5th in a tie ball game, bases loaded, 2 outs. Sam Webster trying to sit him down. Misses outside with that one. Nice pitch, but it's fouled off to the right side. Umpires out of baseballs again. They're all back over here in this area over here by the. They're all back over here, every one of them. So Webster working with the last baseball available. Kicks and fires, swung, ball in the air. This should be playable. Ellis underneath it. Wynn played a little bit of tricks with it, but Ellis able to make the catch, and that retires the side. We have completed 5 innings of this scrimmage in North McKinney. I believe we're tied 3-3. I'm good. A little chilly for me, but about halfway through this scheduled 10-inning affair on Game On Sports. Matthew Bryce, your cameraman. I'm Rob Davis. Trying to bring you the action. A little cooler today than we think it needs to be. Weatherman lied to us. I did see a nice 10-day forecast, upcoming 10 days, including next weekend. Should be pretty nice. First pitch is a breaking ball. Going to miss for a strike. Where are we in the batting order? That's Carter Flashnick batting. I can tell from the way they outlawed Carter at him. That puts Greg Stevens, he of the 2-run home run earlier today, on deck. I'm at Parker Stevens. Greg's his dad, Parker Stevens. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, again going just foul. Both teams have been playing with that left field line. But more foul balls than fair balls hit down that way. Swinging a ground ball back through the box. Base hit for Flashnick. That'll bring up Stevens. And still not a lot of respect in the outfield, even though he hit it out close to the flagpole last time. Stevens steps in. Well, eventually steps in. A long look at the signs from Coach Yoder. First pitch is up high and in. That's going to miss outside. A.C. Hickman on deck, then Charlie Schneider. Jake Pryor, Adam Rourke, and then I think we'll start the second lineup after that. Parker takes up high. 50-50 ball, called the ball. One thing the umpire did that I noticed earlier this year in the scrimmage is he waited for the batter to actually get all the way to first before calling timeout. That's what you're supposed to do. Runners have to be settled into their positions on the bases before you can call timeout. That'll bring up AC Hickman. 2 on, nobody out. See the shortstop cheating behind second base, leaving a hole on the left-hand side of the infield, and the third baseman's almost on the bag. Now he comes off. First baseman playing off the runner and in as if to expect a bunt. Swinging a ball in the air. That should be the infield fly rule, but the left fielder is going to come in and say he has it. He does not. And so they'll get the force play at third. Had the exact same thing happen in the game on Tuesday. The left fielder came in, couldn't handle the pop-up, but he gets the assist on the throw to third. So we just change out a runner and move one up. 2 on and 1 out. And that ball misses down. Schneider. Jake Pryor on deck. Schneider shows bunt, taps it foul. Almost looked like he was bunting for a hit there. His feet were moving. You're supposed to have your feet steady on the ground as you make contact with the ball. Oh, that's going to be a called third strike. And there's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jake Pryor. And there's another strike. I'm not saying that there have been a couple of generous strike calls, but that one misses outside. At least it's been both ways. At least it's been both ways. So 2 on and 2 out. Pryor looking to extend the inning for Adam Rourke. Breaking ball. Took something off of it. Jake had a long look at it as it went right by his face. Ball in the air. First baseman has a play right on the foul line. Second baseman calls him off. Makes the catch, and that retires the side going to the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 3 on Game On Sports. The Stars game tonight, and it's a 5 o'clock game, and they moved this game back an hour from originally scheduled to be 11. So my son has the day off, and we've been hoping to going to go downtown and you get food trucks and see something. It's like, that's too cold. So hopefully that's he'll take that into consideration that we weren't going to go down there and spend the whole day in the cold.
And the wind makes it worse.
Oh, it's the wind is doing it.
Probably wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with it starting early because I was here earlier.
Yeah.
I got here. I left early.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, not quite as bad as coming out of Little Island, but yeah, it can still be bad.
You know, 380.
Oh yeah, and it always backs up. What, right by the hospital over here? Yeah, it always backs up. Bottom of the sixth here in McKinney at the North Bulldog Field. Sam Webster would love to have a clean sheet this inning. First pitch is a swinging strike. That breaking ball bounces to the backstop and all the way back to Parker. Misses again outside, 2-1. Got some changes galore in the field. Ball in the air. I don't know if we're going to have a play. It'll be on the concourse, just out of reach of Judge Ellis and Parker Stevens. Looks like, let's see, Jack True's now at second. Bryce has moved over to play short. Got some new outfielders as well. See if I can find out what these changes are. Webster gets this call on the outside corner. One down. So Stevens is still behind the plate. Ellis at first. True at second. Caden Liners at third. Bryce Lashkowski's now the shortstop. Ferris is in left. Rourke is still in center. And Hickman has moved from first out to right. That's your defense in the sixth. Ball lined into shallow center. Oh, Rourke can't quite make the play. And that'll drop in front of him and beyond him for a hit. Ferris quickly over to back him up, holding him to the single. 1 on, 1 out now. There's nothing better than, well, maybe hitting a home run, but there's nothing better than making a diving catch. I made a lot more diving catches than home runs. But making a diving catch is really kind of cool. And Adam just missed on that one. Good pitch on the outside corner. Had a little break back to it, cut fastball. Looks like Sam's been working on a slider a bit. If he can get that into the zone for a strike with his 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball, he'll have a great year. And that ball is fouled back. Don't think he's quite worked it up to 90 yet today. These cold days, it is really hard to get loose and really deliver to your maximum potential. 1 on, 1 out, and 2 strikes. See if we get to catch them, strike them out, throw them out. Sam keeps runner at first. Runner holds, ground ball towards short. And we're going to get no outs. They're going to say that the ball was bobbled all the way. Or no, they're going to say he lost it in the transfer, so we get the force out at second. I thought I saw him signaling safe. I guess he was saying in the transfer. So 2 outs, runner on. Sam keeps him honest at first. Swinging a little tapper back past the mound. Liner can't come up with it. We'll give the batter an infield hit. I do believe that's his second little infield hit of the day. So 2 on and 2 out in a tie ball game, bottom of the 6th. Coach is going to have an extra long talk with his batter. With 2 outs, probably not going to get a bunt. I say probably. First pitch is a strike to the lefty. Sam shaking off a few signs, so the batter says, I need to gather myself. Now we'll see if Sam has what he wants. He does. Swing and a ground ball, tap to second, true. Underhands it to first. And that'll retire the side. We've completed 6 innings on Game On Sports. Here in North McKinney, we're tied at 3. To the 7th we go. New arm on the mound for the Bulldogs. His fastball, as we watched him warm up, has a little bit more giddy up on it than the guy previous to him. Adam Rourke will lead it off. And then we'll start the second batting order And Bryce is going to hit leadoff in that one too. Bulldog working fast. There's a good fastball on the outside corner. Swinging another liner into the outfield for a base hit. Rourke is on base again. The speedy cornerback from the football team headed to Stanford. And I think now we're going to start the second batting order. Bryce Lashkowski hits at the top of both, getting him some extra at-bats. That puts Caden Liner on deck, and then Judge Ellis. Breaking ball up and away to Bryce. Bryce is the only sophomore listed on the varsity. Middle infielder, right-handed hitter. Take that one low and away. No threat to go at first yet. Surprised that Rourke is not taken off. 3 balls to Bryce. There's a strike. Good heat and a little action on the ball from the right-hander. And gets another strike. I believe we're full now. 3-2. There goes your runner, and it's fouled back. Yeah, umpire needs to take a look at that one. It just bounced off of concrete. Nope, he's not going to take a look at it. So that gives the pitcher a little bit of extra grip to the ball. If it got scarred on a seam, he can get a little bit more break on the ball, but doesn't matter. He misses outside. And that'll bring up Caden Liner, 2 on, nobody out. Judge Ellis in the on-deck circle. Catcher way outside of his body frame to make that play way outside. Wind is slowed down, probably only going 25 miles an hour right now. Keeping the flags steady. Pitcher missing outside. He's working every batter outside. Oh, I would have called a balk on that. But I'm not umpiring, so we'll let it go. Looked like he just settled up before he stepped, but there's a good fastball. I believe it's 2 balls and a strike to Caden. Coach Yoder trying to give signals, and Caden says, I'm going to hit. Adam Rourke at second. Pitch, going to miss just outside. Rourke at second, Lashkowski at first. And that misses outside. And that'll load the bases. There's an area just outside of home plate where those last couple of pitches have been. They've been closer to the batter's box than they were to the edge of the plate. And they didn't get the call. But there have been balls placed there that have been strikes, especially Tuesday night. Did I mention that umpire had a bad strike zone? He had a bad strike zone. But like I said, it's early in the season for the umpires too. So Coach coming out to talk to his pitcher. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tie ball game in the 7th. If this were a regular season game, this would be a high-intensity 7th inning because they only play 7. But it's just a scrimmage. The score doesn't really matter. Everybody wants to get their work in. Field umpire telling the home plate umpire, you know, these guys gotta break it up. Keep up with the Scots all year long. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and also Scots Illustrated. Also, Game On Network, GameOnSportsNetwork.com, Game On Sports Network on Twitter. And eventually I'll come up with a Twitter handle that you can follow. I'm not really in it for the followers. I don't want to be an influencer. Not trying to influence anybody. Just trying to keep up with the baseball team. So, first pitch to Judge Ellis in that gray zone on the outside corner for a strike. Again, outside. He's worked everybody outside. Rourke turned on one and got it into left field. That's how he got a hit. Lashkowski and Liner have walked, and we are here with the bases loaded. Again, missing outside. Ellis looking for something to drive. There it is. Got under it a little bit. It'll score a run. Oh! No, the initial touch from the center fielder. The initial touch is what the runner has to go on, not the catch from the left fielder. So it should be a run scored, but it is a very comical out that the center fielder bounces it to the left fielder to make the catch. I think Rourke left on the contact with the center fielder, which is the way it is. It's not on the catch after the ball was bobbled. So we'll see what the discussion is. Since they're walking over towards third, they've got both of the head coaches over there. So unless they're saying that Rourke left early, it should be an out and a run. Yeah, he should be able to leave without penalty running off the ricochet. So the run. So Coach Yoder's going to get his 5 cents in. It's the initial contact. Are they saying that he left early?
Yeah, they said he left early. He was supposed to leave. Even after Ricochet, he was supposed to stay put.
No, that's not the rule. I was an umpire for a long time. That's not the rule. It's the initial contact.
I got you.
So is there one out or two? It's just the preseason. This is the second discussion we've had about pretty basic baseball rules. We had the. Meanwhile, we're getting more cloud cover, which tells me it's getting a little colder. And now we get a safe call. So now now here we go again. Coach Gatewood's going to go out and get his 5 cents, maybe $5 worth. So, okay, unless the rule has changed, and I have not heard about any of this rule changing. I was an umpire for a long time ago. The runner is tied to the initial contact, not the juggling act. So the initial contact, when the ball first touched the center fielder, that's when Rourke was supposed to run. If he indeed did run at that point, even though the catch was made later, he should be safe. I believe that's what they have eventually called. I think there's one out. So now there's runners on first and second. We think there's one out. We think there's a run home. It's a scrimmage game. So we'll find out here. This is nothing but comical. Matthew Horner stepping in. A.C. Hickman should be on deck. Okay. Good pitch, good cut, throw down to second. Lashkowski's back on, barely on the bag, but enough to get the safe call. The left fielder is 90 feet off the left field line. There's a good pitch. If Matthew turned on one and hit it into the corner fair, he'd get a stand-up double and both runners would score with ease. That pitch misses down and away. This pitcher is working the outside part of the zone to every batter. He has not come inside or even down the middle for that matter. He's working way outside. Again, outside. And that's going to be ball four. That should load the bases, but it's a scrimmage. They called it the last batter of the inning for Highland Park, so they'll leave them loaded. We think a run scored. We think it's 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the seventh. This is Game On Sports. Like you say, everybody's working on their game. Umpires included. The home plate umpire might want to work on his softball and move over there a little slower pace. game in Royce City last year, those girls were intense.
Oh yeah, the ladies they gonna be they gonna scrimmage or not, they gonna take it a little bit more serious. They're gonna be more intense, more
Well,
passionate.
some of the teams, that team in Royce City, they were loaded with nothing but college prospects. They had a girl who was a sophomore who was a shortstop. She was the best player on either squad. And she's also bigger than all the other girls.
Sophomore,
And she was just a sophomore.
back this year.
Oh, yeah. And next year. I think her last name was Jolly. Bottom of the seventh, what we think is a 4-3 score in favor of the Scots. Here in McKinney, the road trips this year will not be nearly as exciting as they were last year. We're going to go to Richardson. We're going to go to Irving. We're going to go right up the road to Jesuit. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Let me get your new lineup out there. We don't have the trips to Royce City and Forney and Crandall. We're out in Bigfoot country in Crandall. This is Eamon Hoover on the mound. Parker Stevens still behind the plate. Judge Ellis at first. Jack True at second. Bryce Laskowski at short. Caden Liner at third. Ferris, Rourke, and Hickman across your outfield. Hoover pitched a lot in the early going last year. Good breaking ball. Outside corner for a strike. Another guy who pitches to contact, will change speeds, change locations, but can surprise you with a fastball. Probably a changeup, misses down. Ball fouled back. Bryce, where's your glove? It's right here, right next to us. So Hoover works strictly out of the setup man position, the stretch. No windup. High leg kick. Delivers up and away. Out of the zone. Ball in the air. Bryce, I think you need your glove. Nope. Come on, Matthew. You got to make that play, man. So 2 strikes on the batter. Hoover. Fastball, foul back again. This is what they call a pesky hitter. Can't sneak one past him. Every lineup needs 2 or 3 guys like this that can make contact, make a pitcher work. And made the pitcher work and got a walk. And he's going to leave some stuff at home plate. Kind of like the big leagues, I guess. They leave their toys at home plate, run on down to first. So Hoover starts the count over now. Runner goes from first. Stevens throw. Good throw, but the runner's got good speed. Steals that bag. Potential tying run at second. Nobody out. Hoover's going to have to concentrate on the batter. Number 3 man in the batting order. Hoover misses down low. Hoover kicks and delivers. Ball in the air, back over into the concession stand area again. A lot of baseballs over that way. Wind's changed the direction a little bit, going more towards the left field foul pole now. Don't know what the dimensions of the ballpark are, but with the wind blowing out, it's a little bit smaller today. Pickoff play at second. No go this time. Another foul ball to the right field side and out of play. Missing down low with a breaking ball. You see Lashkowski and True playing a little bit behind the runner at second. Keeping him close, if nothing else. Breaking ball. Hoover looking to end the at-bat with the breaking ball, but ends up with the walk. Now 2 on, nobody out, and that brings up Garza. He didn't get a pitch to hit last time he was up. The situation might be a little different now. Just a junior. Pretty big looking kid. Now a definite change in the wind. Hoover delivers low and in. Stevens came up looking for a throw. Would have had to go through Garza. Swing and a foul back. So ball and a strike. Breaking ball hammered it into center field. That's a base hit. Let's see if Rourke, he bobbles it. So that'll get a runner home. And at third, Liner thought he had the out at third. But they're going to call him safe, and Garza goes all the way to second as the throw goes to third base. And we believe it's tied. A couple of fresh baseballs for the umpire, and now the Bulldogs are batting 2 on, runners second and third, nobody out. The kitchen is boiling over. Hoover delivers, just misses up high. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike to the Bulldog. A pair of hawks flying over left field. Kind of cool. Looking for their midday easy prey. Hoover kicks and delivers. That looked like a good pitch from here. 2 balls and a strike. Ball foul back. No action from the runners, just barely getting leads. Hoover able to concentrate on home plate. Kicks and delivers just inside. Looked like it went through the belt loop to the batter. Didn't make any contact. That misses in that gray area on the outside corner. So nobody out, bases loaded. Hoover going to have to work himself out of a jam. Depending on confirmation of a call on the top of the inning, we think we're tied at 4. It was interesting seeing the umpire change his call twice. Don't think I'd ever seen that before. There's a strike. That was fully over the plate. No gray area intended on that one. Swing and a miss. Well, I'll say he tipped it, so Stevens catches it anyway. 0-2 now to this batter. Infield fly and double play are in effect. You could get interesting double plays here with every runner forced at a base. Home and first, home and third, third and first, second and first. Ground ball towards second, true. Trying to turn it with Lashkowski. They don't get the out at first. That allows a run to score. Ball wasn't hit necessarily hard. Took that second big hop out towards true. Slowing the ball down, slowing the play down, and the runner beat it to first. So I believe there's 2 outs. And it's 5-4. No, 1 out. Just 1. 5-4. Batter shows bunt, puts it on the ground, and it goes foul. Got to work on your squeeze play. Nothing like the preseason to do that. That was always difficult to work on just when everybody knows it's coming. Throw over to first. Judge makes the tag, looks back over to third. As my buddy Matthew just pointed out, these bunts on the infield on this turf, it's kind of hard to deaden a bunt really well. It can be done. Some of these kids work at it a lot more than others. Shows bunt again, pulls it back, good curveball in for a strike. So if you were looking there, the coach gave some signals and then the batter gave signals back. But with 2 strikes, other than steal, I kind of doubt anything's on. There's strike 3. That was such a questionable looking call from the umpire. And it's going to be 2 outs. It looked like a strike all the way. I don't know why the hesitation. So 2 outs, runners on the corner. Hoover misses outside and low. Swinging a base hit into left. That'll make it 6-4. Runners first and second now with 2 outs. That ball was just hitting a perfect spot. That's a base hit in every league. Right in the hole. Shortstop's nowhere close to it. Neither is third baseman. Base hit all the way. 6-4 now. Hoover, runners first and second, 2 outs. Misses up high with the first pitch. Throw over to first. Oh, if it had been on the other side of the bag, we might have had an out. Hoover delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner. Hoover kicks and delivers. Another strike on the outside corner. Close play at first. The batter diving back to first looked like he was slowing down and almost stopped before he got to the bag. But he is safe. 2 outs and 2 strikes now. Hoover does not get the third strike. Like I said, there's a gray area out there. It's just a scrimmage. We keep telling ourselves that. So, 2 strikes on the batter with 2 outs and 2 on and 2 in, and that's fouled out of play. Or 3 in, I guess, because they've taken a 6-4 lead after trailing 4-3. Now that is outside. You can see Parker reaching way outside of his body frame to that. And now we have a full count. Three and two with 2 outs and 2 on. Hoover trying to end the battles and get the bats working again. Misses with another breaking ball. And now we're loaded again. Hoover starts the next batter off with a strike. Swing and a ball in the air over second, and that'll fall for a hit. Another run will score. Throw comes in from center, gets away, but nobody else is going to advance. Bases are still loaded. Not a whole lot of foul ball area back behind home plate. Seven to four? Is it 7-4 now? 7-4. Base is still loaded. Still 2 outs. Hoover's pitch up and away.